All right, today I'm going to share a very simple exercise that you can do every day if you're someone who has a scattered mind, a busy mind. If you feel like your attention is constantly going all over the place, you have trouble prioritizing, following through, if you will have a high frustration trigger or a low, I guess, frustration trigger. If you find you get frustrated easily, you're snappy and you're overwhelmed, or if you've been diagnosed with ADD or ADHD, this will be helpful for you. And this is, I notice in the clinic, a lot more women are being diagnosed with ADD and showing up with symptoms related to that. That scattered, foggy mind, busy mind, can't seem to focus, especially this not focusing the same way you used to in the past. So it can be really frustrating for women. So we're going to talk a little bit about what that is and what you can do. And this is a very simple inversion practice that you can do. It's going to be, it's wonderful to calm your nervous system. It's great to invert the energy, bring healthy blood flow back to the brain. And this is a really interesting thing that we're seeing with ADD or ADHD. When they're mapping the brain, what they found is that the prefrontal cortex, so the part at the front of our brain that's responsible for decision making, for planning, for organizing, it's responsible for emotional regulation, for focus, for concentration. That part of the brain tends to be depleted in blood flow and therefore oxygen. So we're basically starving that part of our brain, which means we're going to different parts or more that primal brain instead. So when this is off, we can feel brain fog, irritability. We can be really snappy, scattered, have trouble following through. A lot of the symptoms we associate with ADD or ADHD. In Eastern medicine, there's a saying that we have, it's many patterns, one disease, one pattern, many diseases. So we're always looking for, so a lot of people might come in diagnosed with ADD or ADHD or foggy head, foggy thinking, scattered thinking, when we're always looking for the why. What's off balance and why is it off balance? And then working to bring that balance back to the body. We do this through lifestyle medicine. We do it through food, through herbs, through acupuncture, depending, what someone can do. But here on this platform, I'm really teaching you lifestyle medicine, the simple little things that you can do every day that build up over time and make a huge difference to rebalancing your system and making you feel healthy again. So that's really what we want to do. So in Eastern medicine, we see ADD, there are a few patterns with it, but one that I see showing up a lot in midlife women is more of a depleted pattern. So there's a depletion of blood. So blood goes beyond what we think of blood in a Western medical system with pumping through our veins. Definitely that's part of it. But it is the substance that brings vitamins, minerals, oxygen to the different parts of our body, including our brain. So there's a depletion in blood and what we call yin. Yin is that calming, cooling, resting, or the hormones associated with yin are the female hormones like estrogen and progesterone. And when those get depleted, when yin and blood is depleted, we burn out. We're tired and wired. We can't sleep at night. We have night sweats, hot flashes. So we need to replenish. We have a culture that has a lot of energy going out. The demands on modern women is unlike any other time in the world. And it's okay to do things, but when it's not balanced with that resting, replenishment, that receiving energy, and our hormones get off balance, we have too little estrogen. We're going to have less when we go through midlife. And we have too little, we're going to feel these imbalances that can show up in a lot of ADD-like symptoms. The other pattern I see a lot is liver qi stagnation. So that's chronic stress in the body. We're like, let's go. We're in constant doing mode and we're in a bit of a stress state. We're kind of looking for problems or having to deal with problems all the time. We're on high alert a little bit. And so this can also show up in physiology. We often will hold our breath or breathing too shallowly. So we're not actually going beyond our chest breathing. We're not breathing into the side ribs, into the low belly, and therefore we have less oxygen in our system. And so this can actually starve our brain. And long-term, we can see adrenal burnout. This is related to the kidney function in Eastern medicine. And excuse me, and that's the root of everything. It's like our bank account of energy. And when that gets depleted, it's like we're living in overdraft or our car is trying to run on fumes of gas. And so we're unable to thrive in this state of constant survival. So there's another pattern that I see as well, that I'm not going to talk about so much today, but that I see a little bit more in younger kids and some adults, but these are the big ones I see in midlife. So the one simple exercise that is really powerful is a restorative yoga pose. Basically, any inversion is going to help reverse the blood flow, and it's going to go from other lower parts and the extremities to the brain. So we're going to flood the brain with more blood and therefore more oxygen. So we think of typical inversions could be like headstand or handstand. Those are a little intense for some people, and like I still can't do a proper handstand or headstand. So that's ones that you could do, but what I'm going to propose is actually a restorative pose. So this is a restorative pose called legs up the wall. I'll show you a little picture from my friend Scott Davis's Restorative Yoga Deck. I'll put the link for this deck. It's a great little deck in the handouts, but this it will show you the TCM and the benefits of all these different restorative yoga poses. I recommend these all the time for my clients. So this one is legs up the wall. So it's as simple as that. Your legs are going to go up the wall. If you have really tight hamstrings, this might be intense. So some modifications, you can move your butt further away from the wall, so it's more of an angle. You can, if you're lying in bed, and you could stack a bunch of pillows under your legs, and so that's just a light raise. You can put your legs, your calves on a chair and lie on the floor, so it's like your calves are here, this is your thigh, and then that's your body. That's a really nice one because it drops your femur bones into your psoas muscle, and that really signals safety for your body. It really calms the nervous system. And so restorative yoga poses are so simple and so nourishing. You hold a pose typically for 5 to 10 minutes. So if you at the end of the day, if you're feeling really frazzled, just putting your feet up the wall and staying for 10 minutes, lying, if you know the Shavasana pose, just kind of lying out in that receiving pose can be beautiful. A really nice time to do it is between 3 and 5 in the afternoon. This is a time we often get depleted in energy. People often turn to sweets or to coffee. And if you can stop doing that and do more of this restorative pose, I recognize some of you are probably at work or places you can't. But if you can, if you have an office, close the door, put like do not disturb, and just put your legs up the wall and just take 10 minutes. This one is going to nourish the yin. It's going to calm your nervous system. It's going to reverse that blood flow. It actually lengthens and stimulates the bladder channel. So the kidney and bladder channel go together in Eastern medicine, so strengthens that kidney energy. And done over time, this can make a huge difference to your nervous system, to your health, and to your brain function. So I see this all the time in the clinic, women coming in really frazzled and just stretched too thin and showing up with these scattered symptoms. So a lot of women feel a little relief when they get a diagnosis, but the toolbox, some people have medications that they're put on, and that might work for some people. But even if you do, you want to work on the root of it. And if you're someone who doesn't want to go on medication, there's a lot of holistic things that you can do to help support your body and bring that balance back. So this is just one little thing that really helps you to reset. And this is again, the little pose, the restorative pose. You can put a little bolster under your hips too to raise you up a little higher. So just playing around with it. If you have high blood pressure, you don't want to do any intense inversions. That means shoulder stand, headstands, or handstands, just in case you were wanting to whip out a handstand today. But this one tends to be, because it's gentle, it tends to regulate blood pressure. So go gently, listen to your body. If you have some pre-existing condition, definitely talk with your health practitioner about that. But this can be a really, really simple one that you can build up over time. And if you're looking for more tools around midlife and menopause, I definitely have a ton here, and I'm going to link a few related things. There's a really nice essential oil that you can pair with this that will be helpful. So I'll put that in the video notes. And I have an upcoming training. If you want the foundations on how to do this naturally, it's a 6-week program. It is nourishing body, mind, emotion, soul, all of it together, but giving you natural means. Send me a note or put a comment in and I'll send you the link. This is putting my work together and really putting the tools back in your hand. So I hope that was helpful. If you have questions or comments, I love hearing from you. I take requests as well, but hopefully this simple legs up the wall is going to help your brain function better, you feel better, and your nervous system have a little bit of a sigh of relief. Okay, thanks for being here. I will see you next time.